And the last color mixing we're going to be doing are two complements to get neutrals. Now, you remember from our color unit earlier in the year, complements are colors that are directly across from each other on the color wheel. So yellow and purple would be complements. Red and green would be complements. Orange and blue. Okay, these are possible. Those three combinations are possible ones for you to use. You could also do yellow, orange, and blue, violet. That's going to get really complicated for this assignment. You just want to use one of the primaries and its complement. Now, on this particular one, I will allow you to use a pre-mixed color if you want. You may not have it. If you don't, you're going to have to mix your complement. Now, I've got purple and yellow. I'm going to use purple and yellow. If you want to use the same combination, you would have to mix your red and your blue to get a purple, and you'd want to mix up a good enough amount that you could use it for this whole assignment. So a little bit of each color. We don't need a lot. And I've obviously cleaned up my brush and cleaned off my palette. If your palette's really full of paint and they're kind of in the way, you might want to wipe some of it off or rinse it off and start over. Hopefully use just tiny amounts of color so you won't have wasted a lot. Now, we're going to have pure hue on either side. So I'm going to start and put the yellow in on the left side. And I'm going to rinse my brush out completely before I add pure hue. Because if I accidentally add yellow into my purple, it's not pure anymore, right? Now, when you mix two complements, you get neutral colors, depending on how much you add. You're going to see, this is a good way if you're wanting browns to get those colors, to mix those colors. Okay, so we're going to start by mixing a little bit of purple into the yellow. We want to just decrease the intensity of the yellow by just a little bit. In fact, I probably have too much on my brush, so I'm going to rinse it again. Because we don't want it to be overpowering, kind of like I messed up on the tints earlier, on the shades earlier. You want to add just a tiny bit of purple into the yellow. And what the complement does is it takes away, that's quite a bit there, it takes away the intensity of the pure color. So I'm going to paint this one next. You can tell that this yellow now appears duller than the original one that was put down. Okay, add a little more. Might not have added quite enough. Well, add just a tad bit more. All right, moving on to the next one. Now the neutral that you end up in the middle should not look overly yellow or overly purple. Or if you're using red or green, not overly red or overly green. Like it says, it's neutral. It's not really either one. Just need a little more. Takes a little time to get it right. Just be patient with it. Here we go. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. It doesn't look particularly yellow, doesn't look particularly purple either. It's very easy to add too much of the dark color at one time. Didn't quite get it. Now we're starting to get more purple. And the second to the last one should be pretty purple, but it's not going to be as intense as that first fresh out of the bottle purple that you put down. Okay, so that's your complementary scale between, oh gosh, and I had it all below. Well, hopefully you can tell. Share hue at either end, complements, yellow and purple. Make sure you're using complements, and then just add a little bit of the darker color into the lighter color gradually until you have something that looks kind of like this. And this will give you an idea when you're mixing browns or something, or even skin tones. You can start with one of these neutral colors and then start lightening it with some white and making it a little rosier looking with some red, you know, some different things like that. So just experiment with it. Be sure to watch the next video. I'm going to show you how to photograph these so I can grade them accurately. Thanks.